And then she yelled, "I have the high ground, Anakin." And then she pulled back, and my arm
That's the biggest lie I've ever
against
heard.
the radiator, and it burned to a crisp. Look, I've always wanted to be in Star Wars, and I got my wish. Welcome to Things I Got Wrong, your general trivia podcast with a healthy dose of internet and media things. I'm Ryan Bott.
I'm Rachel Miller.
I'm Stuart Hopkins.
And there is no oil in the kitchen.
Oh, God.
End of story. End of story. And this virus is not driving us crazy. It is now the end of April at the time you are listening to this. And we have not lost our minds. I promise.
Not at all.
I mean, you can't tell the future all the way, though.
So I have a story to tell. It's about how my arm almost got Anakin'd off the other day.
It's how Ryan is a baby because he doesn't recognize where his own arm is. So he wants to blame someone else.
And my arm got backed into a radiator.
Let me rephrase that the arm got backed into a radiator as he was pulling it back himself.
No, you pulled back from the hug.
Pulled back from the hug because your arm touched the radiator.
Yeah, and I yelled out because
and so your arm had touched the radiator before I backed out.
I was sitting at our table, which is literally right next to the radiator. Right there where the and Rachel came to give me a hug. And then she yelled, "I have the high ground, Anakin." And then she pulled back, and my arm filled against the radiator.
That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. You came to me afterwards. I felt so bad, even though it was your arm, and the fact that you did this to yourself and then blame me.
I felt so bad, even though it was your arm.
No. You had pulled your arm back. You did it, and then I pulled back from the hug after you burned yourself, and I still felt bad for it.
Does your arm have sweet grill marks now, though? Does it look like a Whopper?
It does. It's an impossible Whopper right now. That's okay.
And then he said, "Rachel, it was like you had the high ground there."
Yeah, and then I repeated this whole Star Wars analogy once before. Hey, look, I've always wanted to be in Star Wars, and I got my wish. It was just the wrong wish. Yeah. When our planet explodes like Alderaan,
God,
the prophecy will be complete.
Oof.
So how's everyone else doing?
I'm just, anxious about the world. Nothing new.
As it goes.
Just put on that fake smile and do your best.
Anyways, stay safe out there, people. Let's get to some trivia, shall we? This is the very 42nd ever episode, and as we know, that means that this episode right here is the meaning of life.
Oh, I should have planned for that. Oh, man.
This is another round robin game where all four of us bring our own round of trivia for the other three to answer, and we'll start this first round with Stu.
Alrighty. My round is called A Taste of Music. It's kind of a spin on a previous round that I had done. What is required is to name a band or artist followed by a food item. Maybe not followed by, but a band or artist and a food item. It will be the full title of the band, and it will play or fall properly into the food item. Led Zeppelin hot dogs?
Are Zeppelin hot dogs a thing?
Kind of, yeah. It would be
that's a good. So there's before and after, which is like they share the middle word, and then there's like the rhyme. Just give it away now. Think of a food band and give it away now.
Cool. So again, my round name is A Taste of Music, and we'll start it off with question number 1. They bear no flowers, but these crispy green vegetables are a taste that you have once in a lifetime. You'd have to be a psycho killer to pass this up.
Oh boy.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, Talking Heads of Lettuce. They're it might be a little difficult. They bear no flowers, but these crispy green vegetables are a taste that you have once in a lifetime. You'd have to be a psycho killer to pass this one up. So yeah, the questions will have hints by their most popular songs or albums in it, as well as hints to whatever the food item is as well.
I am woeful on the Talking Heads. I do not know enough about them.
I only knew Psycho Killer, so but like Once in a Lifetime is one of their big ones, and then
got it.
Yeah. And question number 2. In 1 hot minute, you can spice up your pizza by adding this dried spice and some blood, sugar, sex, and magic.
Ryan.
And
I know the
That's not how this works.
Pizza Tostino's big red hot chili peppers.
no, it's close.
What? Where did the pizza come from?
Dried
You
spice?
put pepper spice that you put on pizza.
Yeah, the red
Yeah,
pepper flakes.
That's a good
You
one.
love those
Thank
on
you.
your pizza.
I do. I was trying to think of 1 minute pizza name. I was trying to think of like fast oven ready pizzas.
1 hot minute is a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. It's one of the most popular. And we'll move on to question number 3. I'm simply overjoyed. Isn't it lovely that this comes pre-sliced? Don't be superstitious, though. It lasts forever in the pantry. Nice job.
I was also thinking pizza with pre-sliced.
Oh, man.
Maybe I'm just really hungry for pizza right now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
pizza
Well,
sounds
you could
great.
order some, but I don't know if it can happen. Question number 4. You'll lose yourself in the decadency of these, and you'll keep dunking them in milk till you collapse.
Rachel?
Rachel.
M&M Oreos?
M&M cookies. I'll give it to you. It's kind of a
Okay.
stretch.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I had M&M. I was trying to think of like M&M Dunkin' Donut. What?
Yeah,
Well, everyone talks about dunking Oreos in milk. I don't do it, but like,
you're not wrong, but I wouldn't consider it a pinnacle. They're full of like, I just feel like I'm eating vegetable shortening rolled in sugar.
Yeah, humanity.
Alrighty, that is 2 points to Rachel there, and we'll move on to question number 5. This almond-filled Ursa Major pastry is the perfect way to wake up and watch the Pachuca sunrise while walking down the Dayglow Vista Road.
Oh my God. I'm the only one who knows this.
You might be.
I know them all.
Oh, God.
Can you repeat it again,
Yeah.
or at least the first part?
This almond-filled Ursa Major pastry is the perfect way to wake up
Okay.
and watch the Pachuca sunrise. Ryan.
I'm not sure on the almond-filled part, but this would be minus the bear claws.
It is. Bear claws are normally almond-filled.
Oh,
Yeah, they're normally topped with almond slices and like they have an almond paste inside. Well done. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to get that or not, but it's Minus the Bear is one of my favorite
Minus the Bear is
bands.
one of... Yes, I didn't know that.
Dude, it's sweet.
I saw them a year or two ago on their farewell tour in House of Blues.
My friends did too. I was super jealous.
I love Minus the Bear.
So good. So stinking good. We'll have to nerd out about that sometime.
Yeah, Pachuca Sunrise is one of my favorite songs.
It's one of mine too. 2 points to
although if
Ryan.
he leaves this apartment, Ryan can't come back in until this virus is gone.
Yeah.
So FYI.
Let's talk about cider.
Look out, there's oil on the floor when you walk in.
Seriously.
apparently, I haven't felt it.
Traps the virus.
Alrighty, 2 points to Ryan there, and we'll move on to question number 6. Wouldn't it be nice to enjoy this perfect summer drink filled with peach schnapps on the beach of Kokomo?
Mm.
All right,
Ryan.
is this Sex on the Beach Boys?
It is. Well done.
I'm listening.
It was such a ridiculous title, and it just worked perfectly. I couldn't pass it up. That is 2 points to Ryan there, and ends the round.
Okay, guys. I guess
That's
it's my
amazing.
round. My round is pretty timely. We're going to talk about plagues and epidemics in the past. So this is every answer is going to be a number, and we're going to do this lightning round style. I'm going to ask the question, and then I'm going to go in a row, ask everyone. Whoever is the closest wins the points.
Sweet.
Oh boy.
Okay. What percentage of the European population died as a result of the Black Death from 1331 to 1353? Okay, Ryan.
23%.
Okay, Stu.
43%.
It actually was 60% of the European population died, and an estimated over 50% of the world population died as a result
Wow.
of that
Oh,
particular
boy.
plague. So
Thankfully,
it
we
always
learned how
could
to
be
wash
worse.
our hands.
That didn't come along for like 400 to 500 more years.
Oh no! Thankfully now,
We do our best.
the amount of plague and disease that can be thwarted by washing your hands and having a shower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also lye and fats, animal fat to make soap. That's
Yep.
part of it too.
Question number 2. How many millions of people died in the 1520 smallpox outbreak in Mexico brought and caused by the conquistadors?
How many
Ryan.
millions?
How many millions? Ryan.
16 million.
Okay. Stu?
8 million?
Okay. Mark? It was right about 5 million.
Wow.
This was a very large portion of the population in Mexico at this time. So, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Plagues are fun, aren't they? As we're all quarantined at home. Question number 3. What percentage of the Japanese population died in the Japanese smallpox epidemic from 735 to 737? Stu.
I'm going to say 39%.
Okay. Ryan?
I also wrote 23%.
Well, congratulations. It is 33%, making Stu the closest.
Sweet. Not sweet that 33% of the population died, but I'll take the points.
The amount of epidemics once we had things for smallpox, really, smallpox was the really big one that really disappeared, at least on the looks of the lists I was looking at. There's a lot of early on plagues that are kind of unknown in origin, like of what disease actually caused them. But yeah, smallpox, once we kind of got a handle on that, the number of people that die just drops drastically.
Wow.
Vaccinations, huh?
Yeah.
You don't say.
That brings us to some really fun history questions. This particular question requires you to know a little bit about U.S. populations and cities early on. So I hope you guys have all studied up on that. The 1793 epidemic of yellow fever in Philadelphia recorded how many deaths from August 1st to November 9th, 1793? Though the number was likely higher. Ryan.
700,000.
Stu.
Are you this 1700s, guys? I was going to say like 5,000.
Yeah, Stu's got the right mindset because the recorded deaths was 4,044, which was a huge percentage of Philadelphia's 50,000 person population.
Oh, yeah.
Although I did hear a really good anecdote just recently about of the whole flatten the curve thing of why it's important. And at that time, it was Philadelphia and St. Louis were like the two major cities, and they both went about staving off a giant disease in two different ways. Philadelphia by doing nothing, and St. Louis by actually doing something, and it made a big difference.
Yeah. Question number 5. So questions number 5 and 6 both have the same topic, but different answers, of course. The 1918 Spanish flu pandemic remains one of the most deadly pandemics in recent history. From January 1918 to December 1920, how many people did it affect worldwide based on recent estimates? Ryan.
400,000.
Stu.
46 million.
Stu also gets this one. Recent estimates have it affecting 500 million people.
Oh, wow.
Of which roughly, I think actually 46 might be right. I'd have to look it up. I think like 46 million are supposed to have died. Like it was a huge percentage population got it.
Right.
So.
Dude.
Oh boy.
I do like the video for the fact of Ryan watching your face change as the other people answered.
Estimates are not my game.
Which is why you like to ask us them. So on that note, several of the Pacific Islands were hit particularly hard by the 1918 epidemic. Western Samoa, in particular, suffered greatly. 90% of the population was infected. 30% of adult men, 22% of adult women, and what percentage of children died at the hands of the virus which disproportionately affected young adults, contrary to many historic and recent epidemics. So, what percentage of children in Western Samoa died as a result of the 1918 Spanish flu? Stu.
70%.
Ryan.
30%.
Ryan, you do get this one.
Nice.
Yes.
An estimated 10% of children got it.
Which is
So
still crazy high for children.
Right.
it's very high. So this is very interesting. Based on the things I was read, and if any of our listeners are better versed in this than me, please let me know. What I was reading basically said that the Spanish influenza disproportionately affected those between 20 and 40 years old, which is not how most diseases work.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so one is also heavily attributed to the war, but also
Sure.
in other places where there wasn't currently warfare happening. So it's just very interesting the amount of people that were young and healthy that got struck down. So very interesting. And it's very interesting to say, for example, read the older court cases, which basically say that epidemics are foreseeable, which is not how we think of things now. But 100 years ago, that was the mindset.
I have an extremely difficult round.
Yeah,
Probably the hardest round I've ever come up with. It's a repeat of one of our first rounds we ever did. It is Disney After Dark.
Oh, God.
Where I take a Disney or Pixar movie or one of those things, and based on the IMDb user-submitted warning tags, I give you a couple disclaimers about some of the craziness, the After Dark, some of the warnings on these lovable Disney movies with the character names redacted, and I need the movie. So I have 2 clues for each if it comes to it. So, question number 1. Character is strapped into a chair and a scream extraction machine approaches
Stu.
her face. Stu.
Monsters Inc.
This is Monsters, Inc. Character strapped into a chair with a scream extraction machine approaches her face while she screams and wriggles. Also, characters prepare to go scaring. They put on their sharp teeth, test their claws, growl, put on more eyes, and then go through the doors, and we hear children screaming. That would be Monsters, Inc. 2 points to Stu there. Question number 2. While preparing for her matchmaker, one of the women...
Stu. Oh my God.
Rachel,
Stu.
I know this one.
It's Mulan.
Yes, it is.
No other Disney movie has matchmaker in it.
One of the women strips character naked behind a screen, dumps her into a tub with soapy water. Character then appears in silhouette behind the screen, and then everything below her neck is concealed beneath soap suds. Second clue is, while introducing herself at the training camp, character takes her friend's advice and slaps character on his backside because, quote, men like that. All right, question, 2 points to Stu there. Question number 3. The character says, holy shipwreck. A pause to make it sound like he was going to say the S word. Character says, holy shipwreck. A pause to make it sound like he was going to say the S word. Clue number 2. Some of the violence is slapstick as the characters try to kill a spider and end up falling down the stairs, and then one hits the other in the face with a fly swatter as she misses the spider.
Stu?
Stu.
Is this The Rescuers?
Not the Rescuers.
Rachel?
Rachel.
Is this Alice in Wonderland?
Not Alice in Wonderland. Rachel or Stu have a second guess? I'll go through them. The character says, holy shipwreck. A pause to make it sound like he was going to say the S word. Some of the violence is slapstick as the characters try to kill a spider and end up falling down the stairs, and then one hits the other in the face with a fly swatter as she misses the spider.
Rachel?
Rachel.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Stu?
Stu.
Is this Treasure Planet?
Not Treasure Planet. This one's tough. Probably the toughest one of the round. One that may not seem like it's Disney, but it is Disney production. This is James and the Giant Peach.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Clearly. 0 points there. All right. Question number 4. Creepy music plays whenever man is coming closer. Though we never see man, it's implied in a frightening way that may be scary to children. Later on, when characters are all grown up, they each become Twitter-pated, in which they each experience intense feelings and attraction to the opposite gender of their species. Character thumps uncontrollably when he is
Rachel.
approached.
Oh,
Rachel. This is Bambi.
Yes, it is Bambi.
nice job.
You can call me Flower if you want to.
Later on, when characters are all grown up, they each become Twitter-pated, in which each experiences intense feelings and attraction to the opposite gender in their species. Character thumps uncontrollably when he is approached and touched by a female rabbit. Bambi. 2 points to Rachel there. Question number 5. A pig is threatened to be killed if a character does not cooperate. A pig is threatened to be killed if a character does not
Rachel?
cooperate.
Oh.
Rachel.
Moana?
Not Moana.
Stu.
Black
Cauldron.
Yes, it is.
Oh God, I'm always scared to bring Black Cauldron out because people forget about it.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Second clue is one of the witches tries to seduce character by prowling on top of him. After a character is turned into a frog, there's a rather comical moment where he gets stuck in the buxom witch's cleavage.
God.
Okay, 2 points to Stu there. Question number 6, last question of the game. One character to kill other character and bring back her heart inside a box as proof.
Oh. Stu.
Stu.
Snow White.
Snow White. I think we may have found you round.
Disney is it's like one of my specialties, I guess.
I think that's wonderful.
One character is set to kill the main character and bring back her heart inside a box as proof. The character sneaks up with a menacing look on his face and his dagger drawn. However, he decides to spare her and lets her run away. And second clue would be, at the ending, character wakes up and kisses all the characters goodbye, and she says a final goodbye to all the characters, these being dwarfs, to all the characters and animals, and walks away with her prince to their castle. This would be Snow White.
Wasn't it one of the questions on the show of which of the 7 dwarves does not have a beard?
Oh, it's Doc, isn't it?
No.
No?
No, it's the one with the big ears. It's the bald one with the big ears.
That's
Dopey.
It's Dopey.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's fun bonus round.
I can't remember, but I probably. I mean, Disney is certainly a common occurrence.
I love Disney. Except
nice
for the
job.
new Frozen movie. That's a sadness and a pain in our existence and doesn't need to ever be mentioned.
Wow.
Continue.
I didn't think it was that bad. We watched it, and after about the third waypoint, after 2/3 waypoint, at the end of the movie, I just kept asking Rachel, what's the plot of this movie?
I've also probably seen this so many times because my kids love it.
Does it have the same children's allure to the songs and everything? Because I didn't think the songs were nearly as good.
It's not as good, but they still market the heck out of it, so that way it's the same.
Nice job, everybody. That is the end of the game.
That's okay.
Well, they're cleaned up on the... he knows his Disney and he knows his pandemics. Don't fight him on those.
No, I guess so. In all fairness, I did, I think it was 2 days ago, I looked at a chart of all the global pandemics that had happened and their death totals and everything, and it had a lot of statistics on it, and I remember reading the whole thing. And so that's probably where I got that knowledge from.
You might have actually got it from the same chart as I did.
Was it these big spiky balls that are meant to represent the virus and their scale of how impactful it was?
That was one of them that I looked at, yes.
Yeah, okay, so I looked at all of that.
How you do it. It's how you be a winner. Nice job, Stu. Big win there. Crushing the Disney round. That is the end of the game, and we can move on to picks, where each episode, a couple of us give a game, a movie experience, or something cool like that we recommend. And Rachel, today you have a pick.
I have a Netflix show. It is called Blown Away. It is a reality competition show about glass blowing.
Ooh.
It's really cool. There's only one season on Netflix, although my Google searches say that there is a second season in the works. I'm not sure a date of release on that one. But it's really, really cool. Some just great, interesting artists from all over the country are coming in to compete for for money and a place at a very prestigious glass blowing museum known as the Corning Museum. Also, visit all your museums and stuff when they open up again, because this is going to hurt them very hard. So, yeah, it's very interesting, very beautiful. It's all about creating art, which is really cool. Lots of the technical stuff that goes into this. Very interesting. It's what I watch when I can't get my fix of Great British Baking Show.
I've seen you watch a couple of these. These are cool. I mean, it is beautiful art. Like, the glass is really, really pretty. And they do everything from like sort of traditional blown glass, where it's just very pretty sculptures and, you know, waving pieces and whatever. I don't know the terminology at all. But also, like, I can't remember. You have to pull a couple up, but like they do some like crazy ones where you have to like make a whole like installation based on like a really crazy theme.
Oh yeah, like you learn all sorts of crazy things, like that the beautiful glass blown flowers are like a beginner's project in glass blowing. And so they're like, oh, flowers. Or I'm like, okay. But like they do kind of like insane things, or how hard it is. Like you can't tell, like when it's heated up, it all heats up bright red, like glowing like magma hot. So you can't tell whether the color is going to be right until it cools down and you can no longer shape it. Like,
that's awesome.
And they have to
still make.
Oh yeah, like it's really cool. And then they get like 2 helpers to do it because you can't do it alone. That's also another thing. Like it's an art thing you can't do on your own. It's
That's
really,
cool.
really cool.
That would be a really cool thing to learn how to do, but how on earth do you like start learning how to blow glass? Like,
There's classes.
I mean, there's classes. There's studios.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think there's actually a couple of studios out by me. There's
cool.
there's a glass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's over in Aurora. It's the same thing as like blacksmithing though, where it's like, well, how do you even get started? But apparently, there's just like random scattered shops for it.
Yeah.
You just gotta hunt them down.
I've heard that you can like rent space in some of these big places.
Yeah.
Because like these like the tools required for this particular kind of art are insane. Very expensive oven, and the materials are also very expensive.
Yes, yes, they are.
That's
And you will
cool.
mess up a lot.
Yeah.
You probably have a lot of abstract art that looks like a giant squabble of random glass.
A beautiful paperweight.
But
It's crazy.
that is Blown Away. It is on Netflix. It is pretty cool. It is worth seeing just for like the art installation part of it. That's it for us. If you have a pick of your own, send it our way. Anything that you've been checking out lately, and send it to us either on Twitter or on Instagram at thingsigotwrong, or to the email thingsigotwrong@gmail.com, or at thingsigotwrong.com. That's our website. All the past episodes, show notes, everything else, including all of the picks that we've ever done, which started from episode 10, are all on the website, all categorized. Check all those out. The next episode will come out around mid-May, around the 15th, so stay tuned for that. Congrats to Stu on a big win.
Yes, congratulations.
Breaking the streak.
And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.